Another Pocono race, but this one was actually pretty interesting. I'm going to break it down for you guys because this is on the pedal. Hi guys, welcome to On the Pedal, and a pretty interesting NASCAR race we had this weekend, and I'm going to break it down. First of all, welcome back to On the Pedal. As most NASCAR fans know, this was a doubleheader weekend for NASCAR, so it was a pretty good race. I rewatched the race on my DVR earlier this morning, and I'm going to break the race down and talk about the weather situation, because the reason I'm making this video right now and not later tonight is because it is raining out. So I know what Pocono's going through right now. It's been rainy on and off for the last week, and it's pretty frustrating for any fan of motorsports. So I can feel what they're going through because we've had 2 rain delays in a row. So we run the caution laps and then we get a rain delay. Ugh. That's what I was going like when I saw that rain delay. I was like, no! And I recorded the race, because then I recorded it 2 hours back, expecting the rain delay today, and I was smart. I'm not normally that smart in expecting rain delays, but I was today. But the rain delay happens. It's about an hour again we're in a rain delay. And eventually, though, we get out racing, and it's pretty much a wreck fest the whole day, and even Kyle Busch wrecked. And I screamed at my TV and then took a break, because when Kyle Busch wrecked, I actually saw it live, and I was not happy. I'm not happy when Kyle Busch wrecks, because I like Kyle Busch a lot. Well, he crashed. Hopefully he'll do better next week. We'll talk about next week a little bit at the end of this video. But anyway, it was a pretty interesting race, you know? Lots of things happening, lots of action happening, a lot of good battles. But I also want to talk about those 2 other races, which kind of made this Monster Energy race pretty good too. As I said in another video that I recorded, for yesterday's Pocono race, which at the end of this video will be in the promotion area. But I did say that was a pretty... the 2 races, the truck race and the Xfinity race, were really great races. And then this race, the Cup race, was a pretty good day too. So 3 great races. Retaliation in the Xfinity race. Go watch that race. Maybe we'll have another separate video on that. But a pretty good day for motorsports fans overall. It was a pretty good racing day. Then on the flip side, it's also Pocono. And here's why I don't like this weekend's races as a whole. I just think Pocono has so much strategy. And Pocono can't be on Fox. It needs to be on NBC. And the reason I say this is I love NBC's broadcasters and what they do. They will be able to keep me up with the broadcast and with what I need to know. But this, Fox is telling me a strategy of one race car driver, but who's on that strategy with that race car driver, I don't know, because Fox isn't telling me. So I'm sitting here thinking, okay, all right, maybe, and I think that's thunder. Yuck, not good. But maybe they'll tell me what strategy Kyle Busch is on, who's with his strategy, and can he win the race? What about Denny Hamlin, who eventually won the race? What strategy is he on? So it frustrates me, and I think the TV ratings are going to go down, because with these new fans, when they see a boring race, they're just going to click off. And all new fans watching, just don't click off because of a Pocono race. Okay? Indianapolis next week, click on, because Indianapolis is a good racetrack. Good racetrack at Indy. So I tell you, go to Indianapolis. You know, watch it. Watch Indianapolis. I think Indianapolis is getting a lot of criticism because we thought fans would be in the stands for Indy. No. Anyway, we do have finishing results that I think we should go over, and let's do that now. Now, this will be pretty ironic. Look at that. Denny Hamlin and Kevin Harvick finished flipped today. Denny Hamlin ties Jeff Gordon for the most Pocono wins, which good to Denny Hamlin. He's having a great season this year, and I criticized those two, the two that I didn't want to win yesterday. Of course, I didn't want them to win again today, but they did. Congrats to Denny Hamlin. I like to see JGR doing good. Good job, Denny. Kevin Harvick, of course, finishing second. Good job, Harvick, as well. But Stuart Haas, he's like the only person doing good in Stuart Haas right now. Eric Jones was a pretty good run. You know, I think if he didn't really go for the leaders, since the leaders were so much ahead, and like Denny Hamlin had a strategy call, but he definitely was able to try to go for a run. Then Chase Elliott is like the only Chevy that really did good this weekend, because the other ones were just out of the top 10 yesterday. Great job. Eric Almirola. I mean, Almirola is just on fire lately with these impressive runs. I can see Eric Almirola keeping his ride on SHR this year and doing really good. Matt DiBetto, thumbs up. 2 great runs this weekend at Pocono. Strategy seems to help that team. He's getting better, and with Bristol coming up, I see him maybe qualifying for the All-Star race and even going to win it. And speaking of Bristol, I will make a video on Bristol. Those of you who are watching here, tune in on Bristol, because that is just like the best action ever. Okay? Please tune in to Bristol. I'll tell you when Bristol is. Then we have William Byron, who finished 7th. Great run by William Byron. Clint Boyer, an ace. Good run by Boyer, too. And then, the controversy around Boyer, is he going to retire at the end of the year and end up heading to Fox Sports and go to the booth? And I really hope so, and that will make me enjoy Fox much better than I do now. Then Alex Bowman in 9th and MTJ in 10th. Then we'll go through the rest of the top 10, rest of the top 20. Brad Keselowski, Matt Kenseth, Kurt Busch, Austin Dillon, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Jimmy Johnson, Cole Custer, Ryan Newman, John Hunter Nemechek in 19th. Good run. And Bubba Wallace in 20th. Great run by those guys, securing a top 20. And then some notable people outside of the top 20, I guess you can say today, having struggling runs. And the people that wrecked. Tyler Reddick got caught up in a wreck. Chris Buescher gets caught up in a wreck. BJ McLeod. Kyle Busch gets caught up in a wreck. No! I love Kyle, and he got caught up in one of the nasty wrecks. And yeah, we'll talk about that controversy right after this. Then Christopher Bell, who also gets caught up in a wreck, and Michael McDowell in a wreck. And now it's time, the moment you all have been waiting for. Drumroll, please. Kyle Busch in Ryan Blaney's incident. I am not going to criticize Blaney too much for this, because as a Kyle Busch fan, we do know what happened with Chase Elliott, and I didn't criticize him for that. I'm not going to criticize Ryan Blaney for this, but it seemed like Kyle Busch was going to pass a lap car, and then all of a sudden Ryan Blaney comes out of nowhere and hits him. And if you're wondering where I get this coverage, it is on NASCAR's YouTube channel, but Fox had this third-party camera guy able to get that coverage for us, which is good. But he comes in, cuts in the middle, turns Kyle around, and heavy damage. Kyle Busch is done, and in Kyle Busch's post-race interview, he had some nasty things to say about, actually, no, he didn't have anything to say, really. I said he had nasty things to say. He had nothing to say. He was that mad, and he threw his gloves out the window. He was mad. Kyle Busch was very mad, and I think he deserves to be mad. Don't you? Let me know down below if the comments even work. For some reason, the comments don't work. It's so frustrating. Like, sometimes, comments work. Sometimes they don't. Even if I follow the guidelines that I'm supposed to make comments work, sometimes they just don't. So bear with me. Anyway, pretty good race overall. So let's put this race on the review meter here and give it what I think was a pretty decent race. A pretty decent grading as well. On this, I don't like the name review meter, by the way, so if you have any other names, and you can put it in the comments, if the comments work, fingers crossed, put them in the comments, alright, because I do and really do want them in the comments, but yeah, do that, stick them in the comments. Stick them in the comments. This is the comments down below. This is the review meter. I'm giving it a 50% on the review meter today. The race 50-50. I mean, we had the action. We had the wrecks. Some people like wrecks, I guess. I'm not a big fan of wrecks. And then we also had some controversy, so we'll see if Kyle Busch, we don't know what he thinks. We'll see if he gets back on Indy, because that's a good track for him and Blaney. So that's pretty good. But it gets a 50%. Decent race. There's also things I don't like about this race. Kind of what we mentioned in the beginning of this video. All right. Now it's time to say goodbye. But first, I wanted to give a warning to all NASCAR fans. Next week's race is going to Indianapolis, and it is going to NBC. See that? That's NBC. It is going to NBC next week at Indy. Please note that it is going to NBC on 4th of July weekend. If you want to see the race, it's not on FS1 or Fox. It's on NBC, the main network. Big racing weekend for all racing fans. And don't worry, I'll be covering the racing weekend. We have the IndyCar race, which is not NASCAR for non-NASCAR fans, but we have the IndyCar race and plus the NASCAR race as well. So pretty good weekend of racing coming up. So IndyCar, then we have the NASCAR race, and it's all on NBC. So make sure you go to NBC this weekend and not FS1. But then the confusion kicks in. Then the race actually goes back to FS1 for 2 more races, Kentucky and Bristol. So don't forget to tune in to Bristol. Come on, guys. Tune into Bristol. That's it for me. Subscribe to this channel. Please subscribe. Please hit that like button. Comment down below if you can. And also share this NASCAR content to any NASCAR fans you know, or anybody you think might be interested in NASCAR or might even be interested in my channel. There will be a video in the promotion side at the end of this video to tell you all about what is to come. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a fabulous day.